Here are 5 cool things that you might not know about Paper Animal RPG. Before we start the list, let me just explain what Paper Animal RPG actually is. This is an RPG roguelike where you can explore a colourful world, fight scary enemies, and relax with your friends at the campfire. It's inspired by the likes of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Paper Mario. You can explore dungeons, make friends, unlock achievements, and loads more. The game will have a Kickstarter this summer, so all footage that you're going to see now is an early build, beta, demo version. So this isn't a final version that you're seeing here, but it's a great chance so you can see some of the really cool features that the developer is going to be implementing. So the first thing I want to show you is within the menu system. Firstly, I think it looks great. I think it's a really nice clean looking menu. You can see the how to play section. And this is a really nice feature that the developers added, because what it does is not only can you go to a proper tutorial from here, you can also just read the instructions like a little paper manual. And I really like that. I think this is done really well. So you can just, if there's something you want to find out how to do, you can just go to that section and read the little cards, 1 to 4 cards here, and just read about the thing that you need to know how to do, which is, I think it's really nicely done. The next thing I want to point out is the records section. So this is where you can find all your game stats from your runs, which is really important for a game like this. It's really important to be able to keep track of your statistics. And of course, we have the achievement section. Now, like I said, there are 35 to unlock, and this is where you can view them. Cool thing number 2 is the campfires. Now, while you're playing the game, you'll come across little campfires with enemies based around them. You can see the conversations that they're having, and sometimes they're just gibberish, and there's a few like humorous conversations going on that you can sort of try and make sense of yourself, which is really nice. They also have a 50% chance to spawn a cook pot. If you don't have one, this is where you're going to get your cook pot so you can do more recipes and cooking later on. With this cook pot, you can then combine 2 items to create different power-ups and buffs for later levels. The third cool thing is all about floor number 3. So this has got 2 important roles to play. This is where you first unlock your next character. So this is important because once you've done a dungeon run and you die, then it's game over, you start again. But once you get to floor number 3, you unlock your second character who will take over if your first character dies, and you can continue. So floor number 3 is where you unlock this. There is also a mystery house on this floor, and this is kind of like a mini game. And it also has a really important role on teaching you some of the mechanics later on in the game. So as you unlock this mystery house, you'll be teleported there, and you have to dodge the spikes to unlock the rewards. So the longer you last in this little mini game, the better the rewards you get. And I really like little mini games in games because it just sometimes breaks up the gameplay and the scenery a little bit. So this is a really nice feature. So that is floor number 3. Point number 4 is actually, believe it or not, on floor number 4. Now this is where you get a choice. Well, it's not a choice, it's a randomly generated choice. So you will either get Beanbot or the Dino family. Now how this differs is so as you can see here in the video, we have unlocked the Beanbot version here. And what this Beanbot will do is follow you around the level that you're on. And it will discover hidden beans in the ground for you, which you can then collect. The other option is you will get the Dino family. Now, if you help out the Dino family, you get a Dino egg, which you can then hatch on the campfire level. Now, ideally, you want to try and find the Dino family because you can actually hatch the egg into a little dinosaur, and that will become one of the unlockable characters. So we were unlucky on this run that we got the Beanbot, but it's still cool because you still collect stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to get without the robot. That is very cool. The 5th and final point I wanted to show you was actually the end level boss. Now I wanted to show you this because some of these, I don't want to say cute style games, don't always have boss battles in them. And I really miss that. I love a good boss battle, and it feels like a final reward for getting through the levels. So here we are fighting the boss here, and what is really cool is you can see that you have to avoid the spikes. And this is where the training from floor 3 came in with the minigame. This is why the minigame was really important, because it introduced that idea of an enclosed space that you have to avoid the spikes, which gave you training for the final boss battle. So that was really nicely linked in, really well done. And as you can see, I defeated the World 1 boss, so yay me. And now that unlocks the next series of dungeons. And if you'd like to see the next world, then stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, and I'll cover some more details that I find about the game. Paper Animal RPG will be running a Kickstarter this summer, so please make sure that you follow the link below. I'll link to the Kickstarter down below. I'll link to the developer as well. This is going to be a very popular game, so I'm excited to see where it goes, and thank you for tuning in. Until next time, goodbye.